Let's pay homage to the lineage guru. Homage to the Venerable Mang Liao Ming. Homage to Master Sakya Tsung Kung. Homage to His Holiness the 16th Karmapa. And homage to Master Dukden Dorji. Homage to the three jewels of the altar. Homage to the main deity of the good practice this evening, Amitabha Buddha of the Western Paradise. And Avalokitesvara Bodhisattva, Mahastama Prapta Bodhisattva, so Tutan City, Tutan Kama, Tansen Kapso, and all Dhamma masters, Dhamma lecturers, Dhamma teachers, Dhamma instructors, Dhamma tutors, all disciples present here and over the internet. Good evening, everyone. How do you do? Today, it was supposed to be Avalokitesvara Bodhisattva, wasn't it? But because last Saturday we were out of power, so without electric power on Saturday, so we did not practice Amitabha Buddha Yidam practice. So today we practice Amitabha Yidam. But at the Rainbow Temple, they still had power because it only happened in the Redmond area and not over there. So that's why we still had Homa there. I heard that the Golden Mother of the Rainbow Temple is more powerful. That's why they still had power there. And yet here, but it's just because of the areas. The power was out in the Redmond area, but in North Bend, where the Rainbow Temple is, it's a different area. They didn't have power outage. So it's not because of the Golden Mother. Or which Golden Mother is better? If you want to compare, who is more incredible is that when there is no power at all, but the temple still has power. But Saturday, there was power outage at the Seattle temple. That was the last day. The power outage is about 4 to 5 days. 4 days.
对啊，那个 North Bend 那边距离这里还有4个小时的。一般来讲
But North Bend is
4个小时。
quite far from here, 4 hours away. No, not 4 hours, 40 minutes away from here.
40分钟的车程。
40 minutes drive from here. So, of course, they just had a little bit.
管它什么时候。
It doesn't matter.
不要讲那么细啊。总之这边停电，所以这边就要停止同修。那边有电，所以不谋造就。就是这样子而已。
So it's a simple matter. Because we have no power here, so we have no group practice. And over there, they still had power, so they continued. So it has nothing to do with Golden Mother. How can you say it means something or signs of something?
But there are
Amitabhas too, here and there. Why didn't you say Golden Mother? Why did you use or mention Golden Mother? Amitabha Buddha is Grandmaster's Yidam, right? Golden Mother is Grandmaster's Yidam. And Siddhikapa Bodhisattva is Grandmaster's Yidam. I treat everybody equally. Amitabha Buddha is my Yidam of origin. Amitabha Buddha is the origin of Padma Kumara. And Golden Mother is the Yidam of awakening, because she awakened me. So she was my first Yidam. And Siddhikarma Bodhisattva is the Yidam of my vow power, because I generated the same vow as Siddhikarma Bodhisattva. So one is the Yidam for awakening, Yidam of my origin, and Yidam of my vow. That's why I have 3 Yidams. But generally, in spiritual cultivation, it's good enough to have 1 Yidam. But if you want to have 2 Yidams, it's fine. Or if you want more, it's fine, as long as you're not confused. But if you have too many Yidams, you would be confused or muddled. So I have 3 Yidams. Generally, we are like this. 1 Yidam, 1 protector. This is important. And the root guru. You can learn or pay homage to many gurus, but you need to choose 1 root guru. Of course, there are gurus everywhere. And now we call anybody with shaved heads as Sifu. Sifu. If you go out buying things, whether you're man or woman, bhikshus or bhikshunis, in Buddhism there are 4 groups of Sangha. Bhikshus, the male ordained people, and bhikshunis is the female ordained people, and upasaka is the male lay practitioners, and upasika, the female lay practitioners. They are called as the 4 kinds or 4 groups of sentient beings, or 4 groups of the Sangha. Actually, according to the Vimalakirti Sutra, the mind The Buddhas and sentient beings are equal.
佛跟众生是平等。
Buddhas and sentient beings are equal.
因为每一个人他都有他的佛性。
Because everyone has their own Buddha nature.
每一个众生
Doesn't
都有
matter
佛
how
性。
evil they are, every
所以
sentient
才
being
才
has
讲
Buddha nature.
心
That's why we
佛
say
众
the
生
minds,
三
Buddhas, and
差别
sentient beings are
没有什么差
the
别。
same without any differences.
是有的先得到，
Some
有的
gain
后得到，
enlightenment first, some
这样子
later.
差别而已，其
That's
他
the
没有什
only
么差别。
difference. There are no other
同样的
differences.
心佛众生三无差
All
别。
the same. The minds, sentient beings, and Buddhas are the same.
最近也有一个谣言，
There's
谣
another
传得
rumor
很广。
recently that's gone viral.
我嘴巴讲说我要闭关，
I said something about retreat.
哎，
Grandmaster said,
闭关好了。
retreat is good. Why?
第一个， 天
First,
气这么冷，
it's cold.
在哪里闭关呢？
Where should
在
I
棉
go
被
into
闭关。
retreat? Inside the blanket.
在棉被盖起来的时候啊，是最舒服的
When
时
you're
候。
covered by the blanket, it's the most comfortable time.
我每天晚上啊睡觉啊，
Every
我
night
就这样啊，
when I sleep,
我一样念
I chant
往生净土，
to be
超
reborn in the
生
Pure
出
Land,
南
transcending
无阿弥陀
birth
佛，
and
皈依
sufferings.
南无
Namo
阿弥陀佛。
Amitabha, meaning taking refuge in Amitabha Buddha.
我一定念这一句话，
I always chant this verse.
然后到最后啊， 我会
And
用
lastly,
的明光法
I would perform the
Nam
light sleep
yang
practice.
看，
Lang Yang Kang.
最后我在
And lastly,
床棉被里面修法，
I would perform the
修
practice inside the
让
blanket.
阳看，
Lang Yang
Lang
Kang. Lang
就是火。
is fire.
先用火把自己的身体
First, you
全部
use
烧成
fire
灰，
to burn all your body to become ash.
阳是
Yang
风，
is wind,
吹来一阵风，
and
把
the
我的
wind
灰
blows
吹向虚空，
my ash to the
向着虚空，
sky, to the
供养十法界，
scattered
把自己身
as
体
an
供养十法
offering.
界。
You offer your body to the
Kang
10 Dharma realms.
是
And
空，
Kang is emptiness.
看就是空，
Kang is
一切都
emptiness.
空掉了，
Everything is
身体也没
empty.
有，
The body is
空掉了。
gone. It's empty.
然后呢，眼睛一闭，
And you close your
这个
eyes,
脚一伸，
extend your legs,
身心全部放空，
and your body and mind are
就
emptied.
睡着。
And you fall asleep.
我睡觉很快的，
It's very fast for
念
me
完
to fall asleep.
就睡着。
As soon as I chant that, I would be in sleep.
那个就是闭关，
That is retreat.
从几点闭到几点？
From what time to what time?
晚上差不多2点，
About 2 a.m.
平均晚上2点
On
才睡，
average, I would sleep at 2
一
a.m.
直到了早
at
上
night
的9点，
until about 9 a.m. in the
眼睛张
morning.
开，
I open my
这
eyes.
一段时间我都在闭关，
I'm in retreat during this
没有
time.
动啊，
I
人到
didn't
哪里
move.
去
I
啊？
don't move. And
世
the
界各
person
地
is
去，
gone. I would go all
甚至
over
到
the
别的
world.
城市去，
I
那
would
就是
go
闭
to a
关。
different city, and that's called
哎呀，我要
retreat.
闭关了，
Oh, I
天这么
want to
冷，
go into retreat
我说
because
能
it's
做
so
什么？
cold.
就是闭关，
What else can you do? It's called retreat.
这个就是闭关了。
That's called a retreat, okay?
这样让所有众佛众的弟子不要恐慌。
So that all true Buddha's will disciples are not fearful or panicky or worried.
白天呢还是在的啦。
I will still be around in the daytime.
我有什么什么异动想要这个一马行动。
If I want to act,
出远门叫做一马行。
if I want to travel away, to go
如果有一
away,
马行动，我会告诉大家。
I will tell all of you.
但是我确实是每天晚上
But truly, every night,
从晚上2点
from about 2 a.m.,
到早上
I would be in retreat to about 9 a.m. That's my retreat, okay?
我嘴巴讲，哎呀，闭关啊，闭关好好。
I said, oh, retreat, it's good.
想到哪里就到哪里。
It's the world of a person. I can go wherever I want.
像我昨天晚上
Like last night,
我就去找玉萍师姐。
I went to see Dharma Sister Yiping.
你有看到我？
You saw me, right?
拿那个给她。
Let's give her the microphone.
拿麦克风给她。 她一个人住一栋房子。
She lives in,
心里产生恐惧。
she lives alone in a house and was scared.
就在这里。
So I told her, don't be scared. Grandmaster is here. Grandmaster told me, don't worry, I'm here.
对呀，我跟她讲，你不用怕，我就在这里。
Don't be scared, I'm here. Because she's alone in the big house. What did you see? Last night, I saw on the ceiling of the bedroom, there is a circle of white light circling around. And then the whole room was very hot until the morning. Until the morning, that I didn't have to turn on the heater. So I put on the heater for you. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Grandmaster. She lives alone in a house. The house was empty. And she felt scared. So I told her, no need to be scared. Grandmaster's here. The protectors are here too, are there. And then showed the light for her to see around her. It was cold because the house is big. So to give her some warmth, and she said it's too hot. So it's real happening. It really happens. So during retreats, the Dharma bodies will go all over the place, all over the world, far away places.
我们现在进入主题。马来西亚
Now we'll get into the main topic. Question from Malaysia by Lian Hua Peng Kang. Peng Kang Xiang. I think he's asked a question before.
上回也是马来西亚彭康祥。
Right?
好像才问过不久，怎么有
Not long ago. How come? Another one.
弟子有2个问题。
I have 2 questions. One,
米衣收煞法。
the rice clothing method for dispelling inauspiciousness. can remove negative energy and ghosts which attach to one's body. However, if it involves demons or malicious individuals using talismans to cause mental confusion or possession by demons, can this rice clothing method can be effective? Second question, can chanting the 6 16 mantra dispel evil entities? First question, rice and clothing method for dispelling inauspiciousness. It's to eliminate negative energy or invading spirits. It's not necessarily just used by through the school, but many people in Taiwan who help kind of exorcise like little kids who are scared by the ghosts. So you can use this method, like a little kid sleeping on the bed, and then the spirits are disturbing them, so they started to cry and become very cranky, cannot sleep. So use their clothing and rice. So you abstract the negative energy on the body of the kids, which is on the clothing, to be placed on the rice, and then we distribute the rice, throw it away in the garden for the birds to eat. So that's eliminating negative energy. So what is encountering ghosts? So like at night that you're walking into a ghost or spirit and you pass through the spirit's or ghost's body, and then you felt a whiff of chill, and it's no big deal it felt, but you started to have fever or chills or cold, such symptoms, and then they attached to your body and did not leave you, so that thing happened. And this rice clothing method can dispel them. But if you have great power, you invite your yidam with great power, then of course can eliminate the negative energy and ghosts on your body. So what is encountering spirits or ghosts? Or you enter into a ghost that is filled with ghosts, I mean a house that's filled with ghosts. You didn't know you enter it, so you're bumping into the ghosts, because we are traveling, but the ghosts are also traveling. And that when you get into an area with many ghosts, then you get the ghost energies get on your body. That's called Chong Fan. It's like bumping into the ghost. And yes, you can dispel the negative energy or the ghost. But if it involves demons or malicious individuals using talismans to cause the mental confusion, then can it work? Well, it depends on the power of your yidam. If your yidam is powerful, then it will work. But if the power of your yidam is weak and the power of your spiritual cultivation is also insufficient, then of course it will not work. Then you should ask someone that is more capable, or someone that can see. What does it mean? Can see is someone that knows. then they can do it. So rice clothing method is can be applied broadly, but whether it's effective or not, it depends on the power of the person performing the ritual. And there's another way to dispel inauspiciousness by blowing breath, rice and clothing, or by celestial garment that can cure illnesses, or by blowing breath. So you can blow your breath on the affected area, like pain in your or illness in your body, and then it would be gone. The second question: can chanting the 6 16 mantra dispel evil entities? Well, it depends on who you are. It depends on the person. They must often chant it. The 3 pure ones. The Taoist mantra. Grandmaster chant it every day. For how long now? From when I was in my 20s until now. See, I was chanting it. And I've chanted it for almost 50 years. From youth till now. Can it dispel evil entities? Of course I can. But can you? Then you're just copying. Like you're just a little doll. Copy. That song, that children's song, that means the doll is attached, because how can the doll cry? There must be a ghost on the doll. How can a doll cry? I've heard someone bought a doll and placed it inside the cabinet after playing with it for a while. And after a while, after a period of time, and next to the cabinet there are black hair, and then opening the cabinet, oh my God, the hair of the doll is so long on the floor to outside the cabinet. Ooh. Grandma's hair too can grow. One time I shaved my hair in Taiwan, and I told the person who shaved it, just keep the hair, because my hair can grow to become many from just a few. And then that person said, no, then I don't want to touch your hair. That's quite scary. I've been shaving people's head and never heard that the cut hair can still grow.
就是有这样子。
But those things exist.
持六甲六丁神咒能破除邪祟。
So can chanting the 6 jia 6 ding mantra dispel evil entities? Of course it can, but it depends on your power. You're just a doll.
才开始持而已嘛。
You're just starting
我
to
持了
chant,
50
right?
年呢。
But I've chanted it for 50 years.
从年轻到现在。
From youth
我
until
修了
now.
50年的六丁六甲。
So I have practices for 50 years, this 6 jia 6 ding mantra, Taoist
人家有的
mantra.
功
So
力
it depends
高
on
的，
your power.
随
Some
便
people
吹一口
have
气
strong
就可以治
power,
病。
and by blowing breath, they can cure illnesses.
你功力低的，
But if
你
you
要
have
按照
little
按
power,
部就班，慢
then
慢
you
地
should
修。
go step by
不
step
要以
and
为你一持，
practice honestly.
哇，你就能够
Don't
出
think
去给人家
that
收腰
just
了，
by chanting it, then now you can do exorcism.
没那么容易。
It's not that easy.
这莲花彭康祥，
莲花
老是
彭康
问这
祥
些很奇
always
怪的、
ask all these strange
莫名其妙的，
questions,
也是算是属于新的问题。
but it's also the issues of
持
the
六定六甲神咒
heart.
能破除邪祟吗？当然能，但是要
So
看你的功力。
can the 6 jia 6 ding
一样的，
mantra dispel evil
你一收
entities?
煞
Of
法，
course,
能
but
够
it
除去
depends
身
on the
上的煞
power
跟
of
鬼
the
吗？
person doing it.
当然能，
The same,
要
the
看你
rice
的功力。
clothing method to dispel ghosts. Of course it can, but it
同
depends
样都
on
是
your
法师，
power. They are all the
有
same
的法师
法
啊，
师, Dharma
就是
teachers,
三
but
宝和尚。
some are
什么是三
just
宝和尚？
eating, sleeping,
吃
and
饱、
playing around.
睡饱，
They are
还有
called the
玩饱，
three fools. They're full of food, full of
这叫
sleep,
三
and
宝。
full of play.
这个和尚哦，
This kind of monk
比世俗人还差，
is worse than
比没有出家还差。
a secular
也有
person.
啊，你不要以为他们都
And
是
they
法
do
师，都是
exist.
有法力的，
You think once they shift their
都是
head,
被鬼受
become a
训。
Dharma teacher, they have Dharma power. No, but they're just carried away by ghosts.
所以要收鬼的，能够真正能够弃邪
So
收
the
鬼，
person who
才
can
是法师。
truly chase away
一天到晚被鬼
ghosts,
附身
I
的法
mean,
师多的，
or take care, I
没差
mean,
别的，
take care of the ghosts.
差别
That's
就在这
only
里，都是
those are
法师。
called Dharma teachers.
有的是怕鬼的，
The
怕鬼的
unqualified
法
one
师
are many. There
不
are
是收
some
鬼
Dharma
的法师。
teachers who are afraid of ghosts, but there are also monks who can deal with ghosts.
哎，我
So
会
they are
唱那一
different.
条歌，妹妹背着洋娃娃，坐到花园来看花，娃娃哭了叫妈妈，树上小鸟笑哈哈。这是
Children's
幽
song.
灵之歌。
My little sister is carrying her doll, and the doll
我们
can
小孩子都会唱。
call mom. So that's a spirit
好
doll.
了，我们讲阿弥陀经哈。
Now, let's talk about Vimalakirti
哎，上面
Sutra.
写着阿弥陀，阿弥陀本尊。
They write Amitabha here, but it's Amitabha Yidam.
阿弥陀
So
经
we
讲
talk
过，
about Amitabha Sutra. No.
这个有时候一高兴了，年纪大
Yeah,
了，
sometimes, we just
你看
having fun.
讲个笑话吧。
Let me share a
发高
joke.
烧啦，
I have a
去医院看医
fever.
生，
Went to the
医
doctor,
生就问了，
and the doctor
烧到
asked,
多少？
how high?
那个女生回答
And
160。
the lady said, 160.
医生啊， 起身有门外走，看到鬼了，为什么？
And the doctor said,
哇，
I'm seeing a
高烧到
ghost.
160，这个人这精
How
神错乱了。
How can a fever be 160? Are you invaded by ghosts?
花高烧到40度就要死了。
You die at 40,
160
and now you're at 160, and you're not dead yet.
是医生行医30年来还第一次遇到。
It's the first time for the doctor to see that after 30 years of practice.
高多少？他说160，他身高啊，天哪！
But she's actually replying on her height.
医生的问题要注意。
So pay attention to the question of the doctor.
第一次去男朋友的家，
This time going to the boyfriend's house, I feel that his parents are not happy with me. So I thought, oh well, that's the end of it anyway. So I don't want to waste it. That's they prepare luncheon for us. So this lady finally ate the whole parts of the pig's head, the whole plate, finished the whole plate. And then afterward, she told the boyfriend, okay, now it's breakup time. And the boyfriend said, no, why? Because my mom really liked you. Because her cooking is worse, but you finished all the whole plate of her cooking. So a daughter-in-law like this, that doesn't care what to eat, even when she's a little ugly, it works. Okay, not Amitabha Sutra. It's Vimalakirti Sutra. What is meant by the Bodhisattva's non-abiding in the unconditioned? It means studying emptiness without taking emptiness as realization, studying non-phenomena and non-doing without taking non-phenomena and non-doing as realization, studying non-arising without taking non-arising as realization. They observe impermanence, yet do not tire of the roots of goodness. They observe the suffering of the world, yet do not reject birth and death. They observe no self, yet tirelessly instruct others. They observe extinction, yet do not become completely extinct. They observe detachment, yet cultivate goodness with body and mind. They observe that there is nowhere to return to, yet return to good dharmas. They observe non-rising, yet take the responsibility of all risings. They observe non-leakage, yet do not cut off all leakages. They observe non-action, yet act to teach beings. They observe emptiness, yet do not abandon great compassion. They observe the position of true Dharma, yet do not follow the lesser vehicle. They observe all Dharmas are illusory, without substance, without self, without master, without phenomena. Yet while the original vows remain unfulfilled, they do not lose merit, meditation, or wisdom. Practicing in this way is called the Bodhisattva's non-abiding in the unconditioned. This is quite long. So Sakyamuni Buddha continued to speak to the Bodhisattvas from the omnifragrant fragrance Buddhaverse. What is meant by the Bodhisattvas non-abiding in the unconditioned, and why? It means studying emptiness without taking emptiness as realization. Bodhisattva, of course, practice emptiness. In terms of liberation, emptiness is the first liberation, and bodhisattvas cultivate emptiness. But in cultivating emptiness, after proving it, they don't dwell amidst emptiness. Of the three liberations, the first one, the one cultivating emptiness, will not think that you are empty already. That's called non-dwelling in emptiness. Cultivating non-phenomena and non-doing. Whatever you do, it's considered non-phenomena and non-doing, non-action. So you're cultivating or studying non-phenomena and non-doing because when you act and do, then that would result in karma. However, if you do and act, but you don't dwell in the phenomena and action, then that's considered unconditioned. Very simple. About giving. If today you give something away, don't say it. Because I give you this, you have to return something. You have to return it to me. No. I just give and then don't care about the rest. Then that's called giving without phenomena, without form. But giving with form or phenomena is that you give, but you want to be known for it. Or you give and you want something in return, then that's giving with form or phenomena. But bodhisattvas give and do, but do not keep in mind the form or phenomena or the action. So cultivating non-phenomena and non-doing without taking non-phenomena and non-doing as realization. And you don't also think or regard yourself as performing the non-phenomena or for cultivating emptiness. Because if you say, oh, I have proven emptiness, then you are conditioned or you are doing and with phenomena. So we are cultivating non-phenomena and non-doing, and you don't think of it. Like when you give, you're a great philanthropist, but you don't think of yourself as a great philanthropist. I just do it according to affinity. But you never think that you're doing anything good. Then that is a bodhisattva. So the Buddha told the bodhisattvas of the omni-fragrance Buddhaverse. It's very deep and profound what Sakyamuni Buddha was saying. Studying non-arising without taking non-arising as realization. Non-arising, then you would have no causes and conditions. But if you have causes and conditions, then you do it with non-phenomena and non-doing. Then that's emptiness, and then you can be liberated. So, although you're studying this, you still follow your affinities to give, to perform good deeds, but you don't feel that you're performing good deeds, or you don't feel that you're giving rise to causes and conditions, and that's called non-arising. They observe impermanence yet do not tire of the roots of goodness. We all know that samsara is impermanent. It's ever-changing. The same with birth and death. There are three difficult things in human life. It's difficult to rise to heavens. It's difficult to rise to heavens. This is talking about spiritual cultivation. Spiritual cultivation is difficult. The second is to earn the living. It's difficult to make money. You want to find a job, it's hard, and then you don't earn much. It's really horrible. It's difficult to earn money. The third difficult thing is interpersonal relationship. What is that? It's difficult to get along with people. And people's mouths always talk. And you have a good resolve for spiritual cultivation, and after hearing a few words, you change. And they don't say anything positive. All they talk about are just gossips and rumors. It's very difficult to get along with each other. It's always true and false, rights and wrongs. So three difficult things in life: to cultivate spiritually, to go to heavens, to make a living, earn money, and to get along with others. Nowadays, Grandmaster is taking care of little money. Reverend Lily took care of my money. How much today? $400. That's not bad. Not bad. Over $400. You know, my house, I have to pay property tax for 10,000 a month. You're the one that count money for me. Is it $400 a day? Today's 400. So how much times 30? $12,000, but then the bills, the electric and water, and all the bills and taxes. In my house, whether you live it or not, you have to spend $10,000. So it's like giving America just for the tax. This time, because of the windstorm, I asked someone to cut 2 trees. The branches above the roof and the garden need to clean up. And then the house cleaning. How much? Just that little bit. It's not enough. So don't think about it. Because if you think about it, then you cannot fall asleep. So things are impermanent in this life. Just quickly something breaks down. The water heater broke down, the sink, the gutters, all the pine needles, and you have to clean the roof and the gutters, otherwise it would be a block. Do you know how much a Simu's home or caretaker costs? 1 hour is $40, I think. $40 an hour. And how many hours you need a caretaker? I think she's home now. So the caretaker drives her home, and there's a caretaker that stays overnight. Not quite 24 hours, but $40 an hour. Just counted. Anybody knows how much? 年期 would be clear. $40 to $50 an hour. And she needs a caretaker 20 hours a day. Just counted how much per day. 24 hours a day times 50, 40.
一天呐、你刚刚说我一天赚多少？
How much did you say I have a
给
day?
看护都不够啊！
It's not enough just for the caretaker.
你是让我烦恼的吗？
You're creating trouble for
帮我
me.
这个，帮我整理钱，不要整理多一点。
Why didn't you get more money for me?
这真的赚钱很难的。
It's really difficult to earn some money.
但是呢，我告诉你，菩萨观于无常。
But Bodhisattvas knows that samsara is impermanent. They observe impermanence, but they do not tire of the roots of goodness. Although they know it is impermanent, they continue to deliver and help sentient beings. So that is non-abiding in the conditioned. Because if they dwell in the unconditioned, then they will not do anything. But bodhisattvas do not dwell on the conditioned. You know clearly that samsara is impermanent. Like all of a sudden you're sick, or all of a sudden we have a windstorm, and all of a sudden 2 pine trees toppled, and we needed someone to take care of it. Or all of a sudden the power outage. They're all impermanence. Samsara is full of impermanences, but bodhisattvas do not. Although they know it is impermanent, they continue delivering sentient beings. They never forget to do good. They observe the suffering of the world, yet do not reject birth and death. We say the Saha world, suffering, emptiness, impermanence, and no self.
叫做四念
Four
处
mindsets. This is called the four mindfulness.
苦空无常
Sufferings,
无我
emptiness, impermanence, and no self.
大家都吃过
Suffering. We all have suffered.
生老病死
Birth, aging, old age, and aging, old age, sickness, and death.
因为苦
Those are great suffering. And due to suffering, we know to cultivate spiritually.
这菩萨不厌苦，他在娑
So
婆世界度众生，
bodhisattvas
菩萨也很苦啊，
do not reject
但是他
suffering.
为什么不厌见呢？
So bodhisattvas
因为他不住
delivering sentient beings in samsara also suffer, but they do not tire of
观
goodness.
世间苦，这
Why?
娑婆世界是
Because
苦的，
they
这是
are
不二生
unconditioned.
生苦死苦，
They observe the suffering of the world, yet do not reject birth and death. They don't grow
在娑婆
tiresome.
世界度众生的生死，
So in
从来没有
samsara,
厌见过，
delivering sentient beings,
他不住。
and they are not tiresome of birth and death.
菩萨肯来娑婆世界，
That's
度化
unconditioned.
众生，他必须要经过生跟死。
So for bodhisattvas to deliver sentient beings in samsara, they have to experience birth and death and all kinds of sufferings. So they do not dwell
观以无我而毁
on
人
the
不见，
unconditioned.
他知道啊，
They observe no self, yet
这个身体
tirelessly
也不是自己
instruct
的，
others. They
钱
know
财也
that
不是
their
自己的，
bodies are not theirs,
什么都不是
money
自
are
己
not
的。
theirs, nothing is theirs.
那个爱情啊，有人执着爱
Love,
情，爱情
some people are
根
so
本就是
attached to love,
幻灯片，
but romantic
幻
love,
灯啊，一时之欢，
it's
一时的
the
欢，
joy of
一时之欢，
momentary,
也是一时的梦
illusory,
幻而已，
illusory and momentary,
快乐也是一时的，
and
爱情
joy is also momentary and illusory.
连我都不存在啊。
Even
还
I
有
do
什么
not
爱情？
exist.
关于无我，
What romantic
他明
love to
明知
talk
道
about?
这个身体也不是自己的，
They know
但是
that the
还
bodies do
是
not
一样
belong to them, but all
在
the
教
same,
诲众生而不厌
they
倦，
are still teaching sentient
这就
beings
是菩
without
萨不住无为。
tire, without getting tired of it. So
执着爱
that's
情啊，
bodhisattvas
苦啊，
not dwelling
爱
on the
情
unconditioned. Romantic love is bitter.
爱的人呐、偏偏在天边，
The one that you love is so far
那个可
away,
恶的人天天在旁边，
but the one you despise is always next to you.
就是这样子啊。
That's how it
这个
is.
就是爱别离呀、
That's
爱
being
别离呀、
separated from the loved
最爱的人
ones.
偏偏在天边，
The one that you
那个
love
看了
most
很
is
可
so
恶，
far away,
偏偏在身边。
and the one that you really dislike is all around you.
当然，
Of course.
观以无我而毁人不见，
They observe no self, yet tirelessly instruct others.
执着爱情，财
And
色。
you fixate on romantic love,
看以前那些美女，
wealth, sex, fame.
20几年前所看的这些美女，
Over
20几
20
年
years
后回来以
ago,
后，
the beauties,
天哪，怎么都变成这样？
and now when they come again, oh my God, what have happened?
身体是在变化的，
The bodies are ever
不是
changing,
你的，你以为你
and
是
they are
你
not
的？
yours. You think you are
我
yours?
以为我是男的，
And I think this is
现在
homophobic.
男女都分不清了。
No, you can't differentiate
男
between
的，
man and woman.
你到那个西雅图的机场，没有男厕所、女厕所了。
Now you go to Seattle airport, there's no man or
我
woman
听说是吗？
bathroom anymore. It's just one. Is that right? That's what I heard.
反 反正都是一样的。
It's all the same now.
这个我是不存在，我是不存在。
So I do not
20几
exist.
岁的时候是什么样子？
How did I look when I was in
你
my
们这里
20s?
有我的那个
Anyone has that?
有我的袋子吗？
That bag? My bag?
哦，你看，你看，来来，拿给
Right.
我。
See, okay, give it to me.
不表演一下怎么行？
I have to show.
这是20几岁的我。
That was me in my 20s.
留着西装头，
with this Western style hair.
不是元帅，帅帅帅帅帅，哥就是帅。
It's written here. It's so handsome, cool. Look at the eyes.
像那个艺人。
They said I look like a celebrity, a Korean celebrity.
那是20几岁的我。
That was me in my 20s, but look at me now. How do I look now?
这个就是无常。
This is called impermanence.
无常。
Impermanence.
这个就是无我。
It's no self.
这个人叫做什么？
What is this called? 圣严路。
现在坐着讲话的也叫。
And the person speaking now is also called 圣严路。
不会永远是这样子，也不会
You
永远是这样子。
can't be like this forever. You can't be like this forever
很快的，
either.
我这个身体就没
Very
有。
fast, my body will be gone.
你还迷恋什么？财吗？
So what are you so attached to?
名
Wealth,
空。
empty. Name,
色吗？
empty.
空。
Sex or sensual pleasures and look,
财色名，
empty.
全部都空。
They're all empty.
20几岁，我是这个样子。
I look like this in my 20s.
我现在变成这个样子。
And now, this is what I've become.
但是这个人是外貌可以看。
But this person looks good on the outside, but inside it's just a walk of grass. But this person, the outside is no big, it's nothing, but inside there's something.
这个就是什么？无我。
That's no
菩
self.
萨是知道无我。
Bodhisattvas know about no
菩萨
self.
知道无我。财色名
Wealth,
都看得。
sensual pleasures, and fame. They have looked through them. They have seen through them.
观于寂灭而不永灭。
They observe extinction yet do not become completely extinct.
很快我就离开人间。
Humans will become extinct. Very soon I would leave the world. I know.
娑婆世界。
Very soon I would leave
但是
samsara.
而不永灭。
However,
会
I'm
再
not
来。
forever extinct. I will come
就是在
again
轮回。
to be reincarnated.
这菩萨是这样，观于寂灭
So
而不永灭。
bodhisattvas are like that.
这是不住
So
无
they
为。
observe extinction yet do not become completely extinct. So that's why they do not dwell on the unconditioned. Because if they dwell on the unconditioned, then they will never come again. They will never come again.
观于寂灭而不永灭，没有错啊。
So they observe extinction yet do not become eternally extinct.
但你为什么还要再来？
That's right. Fundamentally, everything is
还是有
empty.
菩萨的心
But why do you want to come again?
为众
Because you
生
still
想
have the spirit of the bodhisattvas, you still think for the sake of sentient beings. They observe detachment yet cultivate goodness with body and mind. You also know that one day you will leave the world. Don't think because you will leave one day, you do not do anything. You still need to do something. You still need to do. You cultivate goodness with body and mind. You still cultivate spiritually. You still perform the 10 good deeds, the 10 virtuous deeds to cultivate spiritually. The concept that Sakyamuni Buddha said were all good, were all excellent, very good. Let me share a joke.
一个女儿打电话，用简讯的给她的母亲。
The daughter called her mom over text. Mom, I want to buy new clothes.
为什么要买新衣服呢
Why?
每次跟男朋友出去
Every time I dated my boyfriend, I kept wearing the same clothes. And in the text she replied, since you've worn all your clothes, why don't you just change your boyfriend? And then you can wear them again.
不要一直老是换衣服啦，换男朋友就可以了。
So, not just changing the clothes, but changing boyfriend. A friend knocking on the door frantically, and when I opened the door, he or she hugged me and crying really hard, as if they were shocked. What happened? On the street, I saw a funeral car and played the music. That's really scary. What song? That one day it'll be your turn. Two thieves stealing in the middle of the night. One jumped over the wall and then formed this hand gesture, okay, which is all safe. And then the other one jumped into it, and then they both got caught. And the second one complained to the first one, why did you say okay then? Oh, I was telling you 3 people in here.
Yeah. 这个小明啊，做了一件轰动全校的事情。
Xiaoming did something that caused a sensation in the school. In the field, they had a big gathering meeting. And the principal said, money cannot buy time, money cannot buy health, and money cannot buy knowledge. So we should learn to cherish. The principal spoke on the stage. Money cannot buy time, money cannot buy health, money cannot buy knowledge. And then Xiaoming stood up and shouted, "If I cannot buy knowledge, why do we have to pay tuition?" Everybody clapped. The son got on a marriage date, and the mom said, How did it go? No good. Why? Because the girl earned more money. Otherwise, I would be suppressed and no status. And the dad heard it. Are you crazy? I earn more money than your mom. I make all the money. But did I ever have a status? Oh, money 被灭。感恩圣尊莲。